or 5:30 p.m. So let's grab it. Moving some paints off the tin that it's in. This is a set of 4. These are not new colors to my line. It's just a new configuration, if you will, because I haven't paired them together like this before. I have Bismuth Yellow, Aloha Kai, Quinacridone Magenta, and Burnt Sienna. I love these colors. They're absolutely fantastic. They're really great to create with. These are just some of the colors that you can make with those 4. So we're going to create some fun watercolors and show how awesome this palette is. Here we go. I'm not really sure what to call this palette, so if you have any ideas of what you think it should be called, let me know. I just have to photograph it and then upload it to the website and we'll be good to go. What did I do with my hair tie? I'm serious. Mom brain is so real. So real. I know I have another one on my key ring. Let's see here. Oh, and I will also upload this by 5 today as well. It's watercolor in 10 minutes, 45 quick and easy projects for beginners. I loved this one. All of the ones that are in this section, the like floral section, and we have a new section. Let's see here. Enchanting florals section. I love all of those. The landscapes are fun. I really like how they start with abstract watercolors to just kind of get you in the painting mood, which is really cool. They do go over supplies, but I love using my handmade watercolor brand. I really enjoy making paint, and it's actually really good paint. So I highly recommend it, and I do have some sets available on sale as well on artisanisle.com. So if you're interested, head on over there. The Cosmic Bloom set is on sale, 25% off what it was originally listed at. So that's at a great deal. And yeah. Ooh. So I had marked this page because it was one of the things that I wanted to paint. So now, while we don't necessarily have a deep red in this palette, the Quinacridone Magenta is quite deep, or it can be somewhat of a brighter brilliant, and I can also make it more into an orangey color as well. So just because of the Bismuth Yellow, I can get kind of an orange here. So I can get a cross between the two if I'm wanting to make it more like a poppy. So like I said, these are just some of the colors that I did create real fast with just those 4. So, and I didn't even use all 4 colors. I used like the Bismuth Yellow, the Quinacridone Magenta make the orange. Magenta by itself. The Aloha Kai and the Magenta make the pretty purples. Aloha Kai by itself. Aloha Kai Bismuth make green. Aloha Kai and Burnt Sienna make this darker color, and since the green ran into it, it's looking like it's almost an emerald green or a deep forest green. And then we just have Burnt Sienna on its own, and then Burnt Sienna and Bismuth. So honestly, like, it's a full circle spectrum, if you will. So if you want to get a gray, you're going to mix your Aloha Kai and your Burnt Sienna, and you're going to wash it out. So since I already mixed those up together, and I might use a little bit more of the Burnt Sienna, just getting your ratios kind of on those, and that'll make kind of a grayish color. Because I want to make the vase is kind of what you can see it kind of makes a grayish, a gray-green muddy color, which is perfect for the vase. So I created kind of an oval or ellipse for the top of the vase. And then just making the sides. And a little foot for the bottom. And you're just going to use water. Use water to fill in the shape. And go back and add in more detail later. Do want there to be like an edge here, so I'm not going to fill in this portion of the shape at the moment until it's dry. And the same with the foot on the bottom of the vessel. I really like on page 76 how it does a black and white drawing. I do really enjoy viewing black and white or viewing the item in steps so that it just breaks it down even further. And I like the different shapes that they created of the poppy. And they just kind of break this down in that regard instead of just having the reference photo here. For all books should be in spiral bound form so that they will lay flat and cooperate properly. Okay, so I'm going to add an additional layer on the side of the vase to give it some depth. And now I'm going to fill in the foot now that the rest of the vase is dry. Continue utilizing the mixture that I created with Aloha Kai and the Burnt Sienna. It makes a really nice grayish color. Oh, thank you, Raven. You're so sweet. Hi. Oh, thank you, Deepa. You're so very sweet. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Sometimes I get on here and there's nobody here but me and the air. So anyway, if you have any suggestions for this palette, please let me know. It is kind of a primary palette almost. You definitely want the brown just because that's how you're going to get your grays. So it's almost like you want to make that green first with the Aloha Kai and the Bismuth so that you can get to your gray in a roundabout way. I might have also used Hidden Meadow. That is another new color. Now, Hidden Meadow is called this for a reason. Underneath it is this lighter green color, and the top off is a darker green. It's the olive green. And so that's why it's called Hidden Meadow, because there's more green, different green underneath. So this is just the olive green on top, and then the other green that's down below is right here, and I kind of mix them a little bit. So that will get listed today as well. Hello everybody, hello Taco. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more of this grayish color. And I definitely want to add the design on the face because I think that's a really cute design. And I love how this is looking like a ceramic vessel. want it a little bit darker, you're gonna wanna add some of that Aloha Kai in there. And if you want it lighter, you're going to just pretty much add more water. That's one of the tricks with watercolor. You want a lighter color, add more water, darker, less water. Okay, now I'm gonna dry this up. The dryers are also available on artisticisle.com in teal. Do also be mindful of the dryer, as it is also a heat gun and doubles as you can heat up embossing powder with it. Oh, yes, I do have some really amazing metallic greens. Kula and Wicklow are really great, and so is Emerald Coast. I think I have some lighter ones too, like Aloe, Kryptonite. Those guys do have some really great metallic greens. You are correct. So the Aloha Kai and Burnt Sienna are the mix that I'm using to kind of like make this nice grayish here. I'm now using Princeton Round size 2. This is the Heritage series. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to create some circles. So it looks like there's a plant on this vessel. Hi, hi, hi. Right, we're going to move on to poppies next. I take a look at creating the orangey color. This is kind of a tricky. We're just gonna let it be an orange, poppy orange. So I'm going to make the stems yellow or also orange, just to start off with, and then transition. So it'll be kind of like an underpainting, just so that I know where my stems are, if you will. Since we don't have black, we definitely want to use our grayish to our advantage and our burnt sienna as the center of the poppies. Bismuth yellow is a good color to use in place of the stems because it will help the green be nice and bright. And let's see here. a little bit and use some of that olive green from Hidden Meadow. Just because it's here. See, that's the problem. If I have more colors on my desk, I'm probably going to use them. Probably going to have to dry these up before I add any additional orange. And of course I can go in with the quinacridone and add a little bit of that as well to give it some additional dimension. Poppies are bright red. I just haven't poured the Naphtol red yet. So when I do, we'll have a different primaries type set. All right, on to the drying. Really like the vessel, and I think one of the reasons why I like it is because I had to color mix to get it. It's like, oh, I put in some work to make a new color, and so I like the color more because I had to make it. Funny how that works in life, huh? You know, whenever you work a little bit for something, you kind of treasure it more. Whereas if it's just given to you, it's almost like, it was too easy. Watercolors, you definitely want to work from your light to your dark, and don't cover up your whole dark, if you will, the whole light. Don't cover up the whole thing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Use your water to blend, so that's why you see me dunking my brush. Water is what blends your colors together, for those of you that are new to watercolor. One of the biggest questions I get is how do I control my water with watercolor paints? And honestly, it's really one of those things that you have to do it to find out how much water works best for you. So I definitely recommend working on it. But I also have a paper towel over here. I go in between drying my brush off and those type of activities. I'm gonna try this out. So I have not stocked Quinacridone Magenta in a very long time. So if you want it, I highly recommend you grab it. I do not know how long it'll last, and I don't make it that often. It's just because it's expensive. And so it takes me a while to pull the trigger to buy it. So it's one of the more expensive colors. Still, it's going to last you so long. And if you haven't caught my Why I Love Watercolor on Instagram or TikTok, you should check it out, because I kind of go over how I've never used a full half pan of watercolor. I know, crazy, right? You ever use a full half pan of watercolor? Because I know I haven't. So, alright, well, those are the poppies I was able to come up with. And if you create some, feel free to tag me on Instagram at artisticgal.watercolor. If you have any thoughts on what I should call this cute little palette, let me know. I hope you can already see how incredibly versatile it is. Happy painting! Thanks for tuning in.